right, let's see if we can save another life. Here we go. A couple weeks ago, Quinn, Arlo, and I drove 3 hours away to pick up a dog who was known as Woof, W-O-O-F, because he was deemed unadoptable and his time was running out. Many of the dogs at SCMR, like Freya and Tucker and Arlo, Echo, Lucy, and Cody were all unadoptable before they came here. They had either displayed behaviors or performed acts that deemed them not safe for the public. So the only option was for them to come here because I can rehabilitate them. All right, so the newest addition who I'm still working on a name because his name is Woof, like W-O-O-F, and I can't be screaming woof all the time around my dogs. So he is here from our shelter that took him from a rescue in Detroit. Actually, they were paid to take him because they were over capacity and they euthanize more dogs down there than what should be. But anyway, so he was purchased by someone who couldn't quite handle his energy level, so he was surrendered to the Detroit Rescue, and there they couldn't adopt him out, so they surrendered him to another shelter up north. They adopted him out to a family with smaller dogs and cats. And if you have a husky, you know that doesn't mix, especially if they weren't brought up. Doesn't mean it's a deal breaker, but if they're raised with them, it does great, but he was not. So he bombed and failed, and then he was labeled as a dog who needed to go to a only dog home. So I was kind of concerned about picking him up because, you know, my group lives as a group, our family. When I first met him, I took Quinn with me, and he was reactive to her to the point where I was, gosh, I don't know if I can handle this with this pack. It's gonna be tough, but that's hard for him. Took him outside. Quinn completely ignored him. I mean, completely ignored him. Didn't really help me make a judgment on him at all. Once I brought him home and he met some of the dogs, it just, that behavior just dissipated immediately before my eyes. I've never seen anything like it. The power of this pack is something that you have to see with your own eyes. They work so good to balance out dogs that need it. And in reality, they save them. Because without them, I couldn't do what I do. So, follow along on our journey as I'm still trying to figure out a name. And I'm excited to see the transformation that he makes. This was their advertisement on their social media page for him. Great with kids, but needs to be an only dog with no cats. And so when I was contacted by their animal control officer, they had said that basically I kind of was his only option left because his time was running out as nobody would adopt him. All right, so it's still night one. He is hanging out in the crate. We had some time outside, but things are a little bit overwhelming here with all the dogs. His aggression that I thought I had saw earlier is just fear-based. That's my other dog wondering why she can't get to him. But here we go, just watch his incredible journey. This was him learning how to integrate with the pack after a few days, and yes, he's shedding terribly, and we will work on that once he becomes more comfortable here. He has a lot of manners to learn, such as not to antagonize the other dogs to the point where it's annoying, counter surfing, and learning how to give space to people when they need it. There's a lot of hope for Atari. He has the desire and the willingness to learn, and he will be rehabilitated here till I can get him into a foster home to find a new family. Once he acclimated to the group, he jumped onto the dog sled team because he has a lot of pent-up energy that can create a lot of these undesired behaviors, and it's a great way for him to release that. I really hope I can find him an active home, somebody who enjoys canicross, bike touring, or even wants to learn the sport of dog sledding, because He does great with all the dogs here. He hasn't been a single bit aggressive, and he just wants to play, go, go, go. So an active home is what Atari is going to be looking for. He really is just a 2-year-old big giant puppy who just wants to have fun.
Micah, don't ruin the fun. Micah.
He loves to get the pack going, and his favorite thing is to be chased by them all.
Good boy. Good. You shake. Good boy. You do. That's Tucker. Say hi, Tucker.
Atari will be ready to find a foster home in the next month or two, and then hopefully to find him his forever home. If you want to help out SCMR and become a foster for us, check out our website at secondchancemushersrescue.com. Please subscribe here to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook at Second Chance Mushers Rescue, or visit our website at www.secondchancemushersrescue.com. Again, we'd like to thank you guys all for following along and continuing to support SCMR.